Right, the Manic Street Preachers are among our special guests this evening on The Beat. Welcome to the programme. We've got Richey and Nicky.
How are you doing?
Here. Tell us about this new album. What can we expect after Generation Terrorists?
Better songs all round.
Better lyrics, more focused.
Better sound.
So basically better all round, really?
Yeah, new
We'd like to
improved
think so.
formula.
I mean, have you listened to that album at all? I mean, or...
Well, the new one.
No, the last one.
Yeah, I mean,
This
I
moment.
listen to it more than the rest of the band because I don't really like much contemporary music, but there's just lots of faults on it because there was lots of songs written when we were 17 years old, you know. It summed up 20 years of our life, which we're glad about, but we had to get out of the way to make the album we really wanted.
You know, I think all WLPs should just like get rid of all the crap you've written when you're young. You know, everything, just put it all on there.
Well, some people say, but like, you know, some people don't kind of better the sort of first songs that they write. Do you think that's true?
No, because like none of us have gone through periods of being in other bands. It's been like the first thing we all brought our guitars together. We all learned to play together. I think most of the groups have gone through periods of like learning to play in other bands. And they'll meet each other through like adverts and music papers and stuff. So they've sort of get all like the crap out of their system really on, I think.
We've done all our growing up in public.
Where would you say that, you know, the Manic Street Preachers fit in the scheme of things? I mean, what do you see as your roles?
Well, I don't think there's so many other British groups that are got that much in common with us. But at the same time, I think when we started off, you know, at the height of like Manchester, it was very unfashionable to be a guitar-based band. And to even have like guitar influences from the 1970s, where now that's all like really in vogue again, which I don't think, you know, it was when we started off.
I mean, you know, you seem to be one of these bands that people seem to love or hate. You know, people whose noses you do get up, I think kind of sort of see you as, I don't know, kind of sort of maybe sort of rehashing some old, you know, sort of like moves or whatever, and, you know, it's as if like you've read all the books or whatever, and...
We have read all the books, but I think all the best bands have, you know. I think they've always been really aware of what's gone on in the past. I think if you set out to do something completely original, you know, you're going to fail. I think all the greatest bands, like even like, you know, from the Stones onwards, they've always like been in love with sort of like American R&B and have taken that on board and done something themselves.
We've got to reinterpret past culture really, you know, to make it modern. That's what we've always sort of tried to do with the books we read and the music we listen to. We've never been ashamed of our influences.
You know, I think
basically.
there's a lot of bands who've read a lot of books and they've heard all the records and are just so in love with the past they think they can never better it and just want to like do a record as good as that. You know, we always think we can do something better.
Have your influences changed from, you know, Generation Terrorists then?
Well, we just listen to more records more than anything. I mean, you just get to a stage when you just delve back to records and more records come out, stuff like, you know, Janis Joplin, lots of Beatles I've been listening to.
I think
Yeah,
as well, we were just reading too much William Burroughs when we wrote the last album, or like just like sound bites and slogans and stuff. Just like overdose on the Sun and the Daily Mirror probably.
I mean, it was only here about a year ago that I saw a bass guitar go flying across the stage. I mean, Richey, there was the thing with Steve Lamacq, the journalist, with the slashing of the arm. I mean, there was some comments, I think you made, Nicky, about Michael Stipe very recently. I mean, how do you sort of like justify those things? I mean, why do you do them?
I just think it's just natural the way we were brought up, you know, very cynical, very bitter about the way we were, you know, our teenage years. We were brought up in a complete vacuum. There's nothing we really felt part of. And there's always going to be things like that. We do, you know, it's only the way we talk to ourselves naturally.
Because we are,
Do you do them for effect, though?
No, it's just because we're a very natural working class band. And whereas middle class bands are always very restrained, much more interested in the art statement. We are very natural and probably the most honest band around. And a lot of the bile we've got inside us just comes out naturally.